Welcome back in here to the Roses Field at Kibler Stadium, where the Miami Trace Panthers have drawn first blood. They lead this one 7-0 with 8:54 to go in the first. So Broncos will have their first chance on offense here after they receive this kick. Powell and Isaiah Smith back deep for the Broncos. Ball's teed up on the 40-yard line, and now kicker's ready to go. He'll run up and kick a line drive. Is going to bounce around the 24-yard line, and Smith has a little trouble scooping it up, but has it now going over towards the Miami Trace sideline, trying to get some blocks. Spins off a tackle and goes up past the 25-yard line to about the 27-yard line. The Bronco offense will try it out for their first time tonight.
Yeah, a decent return there. Broncos looking to get off to a better start on the offensive end than they have so far this season. Kind of struggled early on, and once they've been able to feel out the defenses a little bit, get settled in, they've been able to put some points on the board, but Coach Osborne wants to get off to a fast start tonight.
So first possession here for Brady Sutton and his offensive unit. He'll have 4 wide receivers. Lucas Powell flanks him off to the left in the backfield. 1 receiver on the right, 3 on the left as the ball's on the right hash. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff, quick throw, get it in Smith's hands. Pass to 30, and the ball comes out. Drops the ball on the ground, and it looks like Miami Trace is able to fall on it. So first play from scrimmage does not go the way the Broncos wanted it to go. Got it in the hands of Isaiah Smith. Tackle came in there, didn't get a number on the tackle, but poked it right out. And right by the sideline, ball stopped just short, and they were able to fall on it.
Yeah, it looked like he was in the middle of kind of transitioning the ball from his inside arm to his outside, and in that transition, the defender able to get his hand in there and just poke it free. Didn't look like much, but it was enough to jar it loose and Panther ball.
So not the start the Bronco offense was looking for. Got it to Smith quick, tried to make a move around the 30-yard line over towards his own sideline. If you're listening in on the radio, Miami Trace headed from left to right on your radio dial right now. Broncos right to left. Robinette takes a snap. He'll hand it to Baker again, going off that left side. Keeps those feet turning down to the 20-yard line, where it's going to bring up second down and medium.
It looks like more of a physical back than LeBeau out of the backfield, but still carries some speed, able to run with a couple defenders on his back.
Well, they've run off that left side as well a couple of times. The number 73, Adam Guthrie, goes 6'6", 275 as a sophomore. So some young, good-looking players on this Panther team. And they've been able to find some success running the ball here early. Robinette takes the snap, hands it off to LeBeau, this time going off the right, and he's able to be wrapped up and brought down. Ty Spalding gets in there and wraps him up, and that's going to bring up third down and looks like about 2 inches.
Well, that was an overload to the left side. They had Guthrie kind of flipped over. He's played on the right a little bit tonight as well. Some teams you'll see that run the ball more heavily in their offense. They kind of flip sides, but that one they had just the guard and then a tight end on the right side and ended up running the ball to that side, trying to get the Bronco defense to shift and then run back to the other end of the ball.
Same formation here, 1 receiver out wide to the left. Robinette takes a snap, he hands it off. Baker goes up the middle, he's tackled for a short gain as someone's helmet comes off, but I think he's going to have first down yardage, and it's going to be down. I guess they marked him with a first down on that last one, so this is going to bring up second down at about 5.
Yeah, another overload to the left side, end up running to that side. They're pulling Connor Harrison. He's 5'8", 170, smaller offensive lineman, but he's pretty quick with those feet, pulling from the right side to the left.
And some not so good news for the Broncos right now. So far, no Carter Saylor back out there. We saw him getting some attention on that right hand. It looked like he had it taped up already, but he's over on the sideline with no helmet on, so not good news so far for the Broncos, but hopefully he'll be able to get back in there at some point. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand it this time up the middle. Baker gets spun around. Actually, that might have been number 7, Bryson Wallace. And he'll be brought down, but it's going to be first down, and it'll be first and goal from the 5.
Yeah, another strong run from the freshman in there, just lowering that shoulder and kind of high tackle attempt there from the Broncos, not able to bring him down with that initial contact.
So ball spot on the 5-yard line where it's first and goal with 6:35 to go here in this first quarter. Panthers come up to the line now with 10 seconds on the play clock to go. They're knocking on the door again here after the turnover by that Bronco offensive unit. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand it to LeBeau, going off the right side, spins around at the goal line, fighting for some extra yardage, and that's going to be a touchdown. Asher LeBeau punches it in from the 5-yard line, and that's going to make it 13-0 in favor of Miami Trace. Turnover turns into points for the Panthers.
Yeah, Broncos much better job on the defensive end, getting to him and bringing him down with that first contact, but LeBeau able to stretch that arm and the ball over the goal line, put it in for 6.
So, keys to the game for the Broncos. Can't check off that, get out to a better start. Down 2 scores early in this one after the turnover and the nice first drive there by the Panthers, as they'll try to kick the extra point here with 6:16 to go in the first. And that one's up, and it's good as well. So that'll make it 14-0 in favor of Miami Trace. We'll take a break. We'll be back on 99.5 The
Edge. Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer. Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations,
your actions in the stands impact participating students, including your child. Be respectful. Be supportive. Do your part in creating a positive and educational environment for everyone. To learn more, watch the Parent Seat video at the NFHS Learning Center.
About the 20-yard line, Powell's going to scoop this one off. Going off the right side, he has some space, picks up a block all the way up to the 39-yard line. Pretty nice return there by Lucas Powell. Scooped it up on the run, never broke stride, got up. Pretty good field position for the Broncos.
Yeah, those are sometimes can be very difficult to judge on that bounce when a ball's spinning like that on a kickoff. Powell scoops it right up and gets a pretty good return. A hole kind of opened up there, and then once he got to around the 40-yard line, closed up pretty quick, but a decent return there.
So 6:10 to go here in the first. Broncos will have it for their second possession. Only one play last time before the turnover. So trying to right the ship here and put some points on the board here in the first and answer back after a couple of early scores from the Panthers. Empty set here for Sutton. 3 on his left, 2 on the right. Throws it quick back to Smith. Gets a block, goes past midfield. He's got some space up to past the 40. Then he's going to be knocked out of bounds right around the 25-yard line. So a big chunk play on first down. Get it back in Isaiah Smith. And I think that was maybe something that Coach Osborne and Sutton wanted to do to show some confidence in Smith.
Definitely. Jaden Parker, big block, too, on the edge to spring him free. Almost got 2 for 1 there as he was blocking, and another defender kind of ran right into him.
So they'll go empty again. Now ball's on the left hash. 2 receivers on his left, 3 on the right. Sutton takes a snap, looking to his right. Now he's going to throw over the middle. Powell climbs the ladder and goes up and makes a nice catch around the 22-yard line. It's going to bring up second down, and I think about 4.
Great catch, slant route, coming back towards the middle of the field. Powell able to bring that one down as he had to jump up for that one and gets contacted immediately.
5:40 to go here in the first. They'll bunch him on the right, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Sutton empty set again, takes a snap, looking to his left, wants to throw that way. He's got Smith complete, and he's popped around the 15-yard line and pushed out of bounds. But that'll be a first down. Nice throw and catch again by the Bronco offense.
Yeah, just a quick 5 and out to the senior. Smith getting involved again after that fumble early. Feels pretty confident now after these first 2 catches.
Bronco offense going with some tempo here now. 5:22 to go in the first. Empty set again, and now they'll draw some movement up front as Sutton went with the hard count. And there's going to be some movement on the right side of the offensive line. Give them 5 more.
And a little taste of the Panthers' own medicine there. Got back into him with the hard count. Sutton able to draw him off sides.
So that'll make it first down and 5 now as they move the ball up to the 10-yard line. Broncos knocking on the door here. Empty set again. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Ball still on the left hash. Again, Broncos headed from right to left on your radio dial. Sutton's going to run this one, going off that right side. And he's wrapped up around the neck and brought down. There's a penalty flag in the backfield, but I think that was Will Pletz. Maybe got a little too much jersey. So that one may be coming back either way.
Yeah, and that was your typical design run draw from the Broncos, and Panthers are ready for that one. They had 5 or 6 guys there on the tackle immediately.
Good job rallying to the ball there by the Panthers. So the holding penalty. So Panthers give them some yards. Broncos will give it right back and some with the holding penalty all the way back to the 20-yard line now, where it'll be first down and 15. Again, Broncos, a little bit of pace here late in this drive. They've had a couple, we've already seen Smith, a couple of big catches. Powell goes up and gets one. And now Powell will line up in the backfield with Sutton, as he'll have one receiver on his left, Jaden Parker, and two on the right over on the high side. Broncos having a little trouble with the sun getting those calls in from the sideline as it's setting right behind us. Powell motion out of the backfield to the right. Sutton look over the middle, is going to throw. He's got a man wide open. Matthew Osborne goes in for the touchdown. Busted coverage from the Panthers. Matthew Osborne walked free into the end zone. Broncos strike with 6.
Yeah, that's your almost your pop pass to your tight end. He's just running free. Safety's kind of split in the middle to go out wide, and Osborne took advantage of that right down the seam. Sutton put a perfect ball on him.
Osborne lined up on the right side of that line, and I think Panthers thought it was going to be a screen to Powell. He motioned out to the right, so they all kind of came up quick, and Osborne walked out all by himself. And you said it, nice throw from Sutton to complete the touchdown. Cunningham on for the extra point. Good-looking kick, and that one's good, so it'll be 14-7. Panthers still lead with 4:29 to go here in the first. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and
Oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
we're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shack Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV.
.429 to go here in the first. Broncos will kick it away. Alex Weber has it teed up on the 40-yard line. Broncos start their sway. 2 men back deep for the Panthers to receive the kick. Line drive kick. This one will be fielded by Baker right at the 10-yard line. Going back up the middle, trying to set up some blocks, and he's hit hard. 26-yard line and goes forward. And a nice job there on the coverage team. That was number 12. Cash Smith got down there and laid a big hit on him. Nice job by the kickoff team.
Yeah, Cash been making a couple deposits the last couple of games, couple big hits here, and getting involved early for the sophomore.
So that'll be spot on the 29-yard line where the Panthers will have their third possession. Had the short field after the turnover last time. A little bit longer field to go here for this Panther offense. Bronco defense trying to come away with their first stop of the night. Same formation here we've seen pretty much all game so far from the Panthers. 2 men in the backfield, one on each side of Robinette. One receiver out wide and kind of an H-back there off the left side of the line. And now some movement up front again as Robinette will take the snap. They took it all the way down right to about 0 on the play clock. And one of the Bronco defensive linemen jumped across the line there. Is going to give him a free 5.
Aaron Pena doing some push-ups there. A little antsy. Doing that same thing. I don't even think they're going for a traditional hard count, just kind of getting set in their three-point stance. And that seems to be causing the Broncos a little bit of trouble right now.
Well, I think, too, the play clock was running down, and he's looking straight at it behind the end zone there. I think he let it get down real low and thought they have to go now and just went just a fraction of a second too soon as the snap went off right after the penalty flag was thrown. So first down and 5 now. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand to LeBeau going up the middle, bounces off a tackle, still going. And able to get one hand on him, but not before he goes all the way past midfield down to the 48-yard line. A tough run by Asher LeBeau, and that'll be first down yardage for the Panthers.
Yeah, and it makes it easy when you're not getting contacted until about 8 yards down the field. LeBeau got a huge head of steam going and able to run through initial contact. Kind of got almost horse-collared there off to the side and able to run through that for a nice first down to get into Bronco territory.
Well, some good news for the Bronco defense. Number 16, Carter Saylor, linebacker, is back out there. Heavy tape on that right hand, but he's back out there for this Bronco defensive unit. Robinette takes a snap, hands to LeBeau, left side. This time Bronco's able to come up and hit him pretty quick. He goes forward for about 3 yards. He'll bring up second down at 7.
Yeah, big hit from Zayden Nichols there, about 3 or 4 yards down the field. Broncos, good job getting him down on that initial contact.
Well, Zayden Nichols kind of slides back more to a safety role now. I think after we've seen Cash Smith get a lot more time playing some cornerback, and we've seen him on special teams. You mentioned he's had a couple of pretty big hits the last few weeks. So Zayden Nichols getting downhill quick there and meeting LeBeau. But he still goes forward for 5 all the way to the 43, so second down and 5. 3:13 to go here in this first quarter. Robinette takes a snap. He'll handle LeBeau again, left side. Goes down inside the 40-yard line to about the 38. And I think that's going to be enough for a Panther first down. Rather, will move the chains.
I believe that'll be their first third down attempt, and they do convert on that. 1 for 1 on the night. 6 first downs so far in the quarter for the Panthers.
So they'll spot it on the 39-yard line, call it 38.5-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 with 2:50 to go here in this first quarter. 99.5 is your home for the Ohio University Bobcats. Listen for the Cats as they host Iowa State on Saturday. Pregame begins at 11 a.m. with the kick at noon tomorrow. Robinette takes the snap. Baker will get it this time, going off that left side, bouncing around. Goes off a couple tacklers down around the 35-yard line, maybe 34-yard line. We'll bring up second down at about 5.
I tell you what, too, with this Reed offense, too, obviously they've given it every time, but if Robinette decides to pull one of these, it seems like there's a big lane to the edge where he's been giving it every time, and those Bronco defenders kind of creeping in and trying to contain that run to the inside.
And it seems like that may be kind of what's happening, kind of lulling him to sleep a little bit. We'll see if they decide to take a shot. He did have 101 yards passing last week, so more than capable, and like you said before the game, was throwing some really good-looking passes down here warming up, so we'll see if they decide to do that. This time a pitch out wide. LeBeau able to get the edge. He's got some blocks, still going inside the 10, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. Asher LeBeau with his second touchdown of the night takes it in for the 34-yard touchdown, and Miami Trace extends their lead back out to 2 scores.
A little different look there as they went for the lead toss out to the right side, and they did a great job setting those blocks up. There was only one defender that was untouched there, and LeBeau able to outrun him and get to that edge. Nice block on the outside, too, on the cornerback from his receiver.
So they'll have the extra point coming up here. Minute 43 to go in the first, and already 3 touchdowns for the Miami Trace Panthers. Asher LeBeau with 2 of those. A 34-yard touchdown scamper there by the senior. Snaps back, holds down, kicks on the way, end over end kick goes right down the middle, and that'll make it 21-7 in favor of Miami Trace. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here to La Rosa's Field at Kibler Stadium, where the Panthers have scored again to make it 21-7. Line drive kickoff here. Powell let it bounce once, scoops it up on a bounce inside the 15-yard line. Coming back towards the middle, and he's got nowhere to go. Hit hard around the 20, call it the 22-yard line, where the Broncos will have their next offensive possession here. Minute 38 to go here in the first. Well, Rob, this feels very similar to the last, we'll call it every game that the Broncos have played so far. They get down by a couple of scores, and then offense gets rolling, but that defense is going to have to find some ways to either create some turnovers, put them in some third and long situations, and force them to throw the ball. in order to create some extra possessions for their offense.
Yeah, outside of the London game, the offense has done a good job overall throughout the game to put points on the board and give them opportunities. Defense has to find a way to get off the field.
Empty set, Sutton takes a snap, quick throw. Smith has it complete past the 30 to the 35-yard line where he's stood up by a couple of tacklers and pushed backwards, but forward progress is going to have him right about the 36-yard line and enough for a Bronco first down.
Yeah, another similar to the first play they ran in the last series, had that trip set through to the middleman Smith, able to go forward for the first down.
And so far, again, one of those things that kind of goes unappreciated. Jaden Parker's doing a really nice job on the outside, setting that edge and holding his blocks and giving Smith a chance to get loose. Now Sutton has it, dances around, some time to throw, throws over the middle, a little bit behind Smith, and will go incomplete right about the 45-yard line. Will bring up second down and 10.
That's one for the Broncos to go back to as well. They had Powell in the backfield on that one, and he runs a wheel route right down the sideline. There's nobody there with him, so hopefully the coaches caught that one. They can go back to that one later in the ball game.
Again, make sure to stay tuned for our Paul Hall Insurance Player of the Game. After this one, we'll name a Bronco player the Paul Hall Insurance Player of the Game. Be sure to stay tuned to hear who that is. Empty set, 3 on his right, 2 on his left. Sutton goes up to the line, tries a little bit of a hard count. No one jumps, under 10 to go on the play clock now, down to 7. Sutton takes a snap, looking to his right, quick throw out that way. He has it a little too high, intended for Braden Harmon, had a step and was open, but airmailed it just a little bit too much, will be incomplete. We'll bring up third down and 10.
Yeah, runs that deep slant route on the right side. He was open, had a step, just a little bit too high from Sutton.
So third down and 10 now, ball's on the 36-yard line. Quick first down on the first play, and a couple of incompletions now for the Bronco offense will bring up third and long. 2 on his left, 3 on his right again. Again, Sun playing a little bit of a factor here. Those receivers on the right are having some real trouble looking back in to see the call from Sutton. Now he takes a snap, about a 4-step drop, going to throw it over the middle now into coverage, and it's going to be incomplete. Bounces off the chest of the defender. It was intended for Harmon again, and that's going to bring up fourth and long. It looks like Broncos are going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, that was a very difficult throw to complete there. That was triple coverage from the Panthers.
Pretty good job there on the back end. Number 17, Malachi Jones was in on that, as well as number 80, Jansen Smith. Broncos line up like they're going to go for it, and they are going to go for it. Sutton takes the snap, looking over the middle. This time he's going to throw, and that one was tipped at the line, and it's going to fall incomplete. So great field position here for Miami Trace again. Not sure if that one, someone got a hand on that one, or maybe his hand was, maybe he hit the defender. I'm not exactly sure, but a wobbly-looking throw goes incomplete. Good field position again for the Panthers.
Yeah, I believe that was Brady Sheets, number 56, getting an arm in there, able to hit the throwing arm of Sutton and just cause that one to come up well short.
So now it really feels like this Bronco defense needs to come away with a stop. Ball's on the 36-yard line, so short field again for Miami Trace. Bronco defense really trying to keep him out of the end zone here. Still 1 minute to go in this first quarter. 21-7 in favor of the Miami Trace Panthers. Same set, one man out wide, Robinette in the backfield with 2 running backs. He'll hand it. Baker this time hit immediately behind the line of scrimmage. I think that was number 42, Vincent Mickles, got to him in a hurry and dropped him for a loss.
Yeah, came flying off the edge and able to make good contact, bring him down in the backfield for that first tackle that didn't go for positive yards for the Panthers.
So clock rolls with 35 seconds to go here in the first. 20 seconds on the play clock as Miami Trace comes up to the line now. Second down and 11, back to the 37 after a 1-yard loss on the first play. Same formation here from Miami Trace. One receiver out to the left, 2 men in the backfield with Robinette. Takes a snap, and Baker's met again, and Vincent Mickles back-to-back tackles. That one might go for no gain, but either way, Vincent Mickles is finding a way to make an impact here late in this first quarter.
Yeah, that one is about a 2-yard loss, and huge impact coming up on this series. Just when the Broncos need some big plays from this defense, Mickles stepping up huge right now.
So that'll take us to the end of the first quarter where the Miami Trace Panthers lead this one 21-7 over the Broncos. We'll take a break. We'll be back for second quarter action right after this on 99.5 The Edge.
You want a new Lazy Boy recliner? Try Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union. Need a new floor? Hardwood, carpet, vinyl, luxury vinyl planks. Come to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need a new appliance for the kitchen? GE, Speed Queen? Now you got it. It's Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need an x-ray or MRI? Do not go to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Better try Adams County Regional Medical Center. But for your home needs, you got it. Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union.
Come back in here to Western Round High School. We're ready for second quarter action, and the Panthers face a 3rd down and 14 after a couple of negative run plays on 1st and 2nd down. Big chance here for the Bronco defense to get off the field. Robinette takes the snap. He's going to run this one, going off to the left. He pitches it late. Baker has some room, and he's going to have the 1st down. A big play by Julian Baker. Robinette held it just long enough to draw the attention, pitched it out to Baker on the option play, and he ran it for about 16 yards down inside, maybe even farther down inside the 20-yard line. Big play on 3rd down.
And that was their first triple option that we saw. He went with the inside read, ended up pulling it, and Broncos had him stopped. He kind of hesitated for a second, pitched it really late to Baker, and Baker able to get that edge, break that contain, and go for the 1st down.
So all the way down to the 20-yard line for a 19-yard gain. Had him backed up in 3rd and 13. Went with the option, pitch out to the left, and it's successful. Down to the 20-yard line where it's 1st down and 10. A little different set this time. LeBeau kind of behind Robinette on his left, and now they're pitching it out to him. As there's a play and a flag comes in, LeBeau's going to take it all the way down inside the 5-yard line, but that one's coming back. We saw Ty Spalding got held in the backfield as he was trying to make a play on LeBeau. So a holding call going against the Panthers will back him up.
Yeah, the lineman saw Spalding, had that edge on him, and did what any lineman's going to try to do in that situation, get a hold of anything, and he definitely did. The referees saw that one.
So that'll back him up to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 20, so that'll negate the big play by LeBeau. Took it all the way down inside, about the 5-yard line. But again, Spalding had a beat on him in the backfield, and that right tackle, I think it was, just grabbed up around the neck area, and pretty obvious there in the backfield. That back judge is going to see that one every single time. So 1st and 20 from the 30-yard line, 11:34 to go here in this first half. Same formation here, one receiver out to the right, 2 men in the backfield with Robinette. Man comes in motion, and now a little movement on the right side or left side of that offensive line, I think, is going to back him up again in a false start. And Miami Trace going the wrong way here on 1st down.
That'll be number 5, Garrett Guess, a little antsy on the left side, playing tight end. Puts the Panthers in a really tough 1st down situation here.
Well, as Rob would like to say, couldn't hold the water. I think I say that all the time now watching football. My wife's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's a signature Rob Bowman phrase.
Well, they had the H-back going in motion there, too, and he was kind of getting a little lean in his step, and Guess beat him to it, I guess.
So it'll be 1st down and 25. Ball's back on the 35-yard line now. Robinette takes the snap. He'll pitch it out to LeBeau, trying to get to that edge. Broncos able to wrap him up and sling him down for about a 4-yard gain. Nice play out there. I think that was Austin Huff got a hold of him and slammed him down, and Carter Saylor's down again, unfortunately, behind the play.
Yeah, Huff, great job. He usually does a good job whenever they run to his side, keeping that contain. Only allows a few yards. He's a very sure tackler for this Bronco defense.
So Carter Saylor having a rough night here, getting beat up a little bit on homecoming night, and unfortunately now they're looking at the lower half, so not that hand that was bothering him earlier. It looks like a knee issue maybe. So again, hopefully Carter Saylor, as he was rolling around in some pain, I didn't see it, was looking at the ball, and that was behind the play, but again, Coach Osborne taking a walk out there to make sure he's okay. Hopefully he'll be all right and be able to get back in there, but this Bronco defense is starting to kind of rally to the ball. We talked about in one of our commercial breaks tackling better. When you have guys like Asher LeBeau and Baker, and as slippery as they are and as big and strong as Baker is, really got to wrap up and go low to get those guys down, and they're starting to do a better job here of containing them a little bit and wrapping up and making some good tackles.
Yeah, and guys like that are very well versed running the ball. As soon as they get a seam, doesn't have to be big at all, but if they get a seam, they're going to go forward for 5, 6, 7 yards of carry, and we saw that last week with the great running back Cade Wolford out of Jackson. Anytime, though, they are able to make contact at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, Broncos do a great job slowing him down, and they've also done well at that tonight.
So it'll be 2nd down and 21 now from the 30-yard line after that first down, and long to go for the Panthers. And now some more movement. Flags are coming out, and it looks like another false start going against the Panthers. So they're having some real trouble with the snap count here and timing on the offensive side, and they're going the wrong way again on 2nd down.
I think that one was a snap infraction on the center. It looked like he kind of moved the ball a little bit before he was actually ready to throw that one back to Robinette.
So that's going to take him all the way back to the 36 again. Bad news there as Carter Sailors over here on the trainer's table was not really able to put much weight on that right leg as he had to be helped off the field. So hopefully they're able to check him out, and it's nothing too serious. And again, something that's inevitable in football is injuries, but never want to see it happen to anybody. Hopefully Carter Sailor will be okay. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd down and 26. Pitch it out now. No, Robinette will keep this one. He's going to throw it over the middle. He's got Guess complete inside the 20. Makes a man miss. He's going to the pylon, and Garrett Guess is going to go in for the touchdown. And there's that play you were talking about, Rob. He faked everybody out, pulled it down, rolled out to his left, and the big man Guess was wide open. He'll take it to the house, and they extend their lead out.
Guess showed quite a bit of speed, too. It looked like the Broncos had the angle on him running towards that Bronco bench, and he gave a slight hesitation and then turned on the burners.
Well, Garrett Guess, the senior, goes 6'4", 220. And you said it had some speed there all the way to the end zone. So that'll make it 27-7 with the extra point coming up here. So Miami Trace turns the 4th down, turnover into some points. 9:49 to go here in this first half. Extra points down, kicks on the way, line drive kick, and that one will be good. That's going to make it 28-7 in favor of Miami Trace. We'll take a break. We'll be back on 99.5 The Edge.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Bronco defense got him in a good 3rd and long situation on that last series and able to Panthers able to convert, and they find Guess down there for the huge reception touchdown to finish off that drive. Broncos definitely need a score here as we're entering under 10 minutes in the 2nd quarter.
Well, again, make sure to stay tuned for our Coach's Comment Show after the game. We'll have Coach Nick Osborne up here to talk with us after this one. Broncos looking to fight back here, down 28-7. Sutton takes a snap. He'll hand this one to Powell going up the middle, and he falls forward for a yard or two. He's going to bring up 2nd down at about 8.
He'll be one of the several players we'll see in the backfield tonight for the Broncos. Powell will probably get the majority of the attempts back there, but last week we did see Isaiah Smith as well as Matthew Osborne getting some touches and time next to Sutton.
So 3 men on the right, 1 on the left. Ball's on the left hash as the Broncos are now headed from left to right on your radio dial. Quick throw, has it complete out to Smith. Makes one man miss, spins around, trying to fight through some tackles and goes down and gets twisted a little awkwardly again around the 27-yard line. But it looks like he's going to be okay. He's going to bring up 3rd down. It looks like about 5.
A quick turn and throw from Sutton finds Smith to that trip side and gets a decent block, but the other Panther defenders there to finish that one off for a short gain.
So empty set for Sutton here. They'll mark it as a 27. Will make it 3rd down and 6 with 8:41 to go here in the second quarter. 3 men on his left, 2 on the right. Sutton takes a snap, looking to his left, throws that way quick, has it complete, fights for some extra yardage, and I think it's going to be a first down for the Broncos. I believe that was Isaiah Smith again, has it complete, and that'll move the chains.
Yeah, just a quick hitch on the left side, little comeback from Smith, able to catch that one and go forward for the first down.
So 1st and 10 now, 8:24 to go, ball spotted on the 34-yard line. Powell in the backfield with Sutton, 2 on his right, 1 on his left. Osborne lines up on the right side of that offensive line. Sutton pulls it down, fakes a handoff. He's going to throw it quick now towards the sideline. Has it complete. Isaiah Smith taps his toes on the sideline, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 1 after a 9-yard throw and catch.
Had Smith initially, as soon as he made the break, and kind of waited a step or two longer, and Smith just had to tap the toes to stay in bounds there.
Sutton in the backfield by himself, 5 wide receivers. Takes a snap, looking over this way again, quick throw, has it complete to Harmon, past midfield up to the 45-yard line, spun down around the 43. First time we've called Braden Harmon's name for a completion tonight. Another nice throw and catch there from the sophomore.
Yeah, another slant route. Harmon was the single receiver on the right side. Sutton finds him immediately, fires, and Harmon able to go forward for the first down.
And they go empty here, but some movement on the left side there. Left tackle got a little antsy and moved, so a false start penalty is going to back him up 5. Will make it 1st down and 15.
Yeah, and that's a tough one after you've been able to move the ball the last couple plays. Kind of slows your momentum and sets you back on 1st down.
So that'll take them back to the 47-yard line after the 5-yard penalty. 7:45 to go here in the first half. Broncos getting the call in from the sideline now from Coach Osborne. They'll go empty set again here. Again, 1st down and 15 after the penalty. Ball's on the right hash, 3 men on his left, 2 on the right. Sutton takes a snap, looking to his left, shoulder fakes that way. Now he's going to throw it deep. Man has a step, it's complete, all the way inside the 5-10. Touchdown Isaiah Smith, number 10, the senior, takes it to the house. A 47-yard touchdown throw. Broncos strike back.
Caught the safety look in there, and once Isaiah gets a step, he's gone. There's not many kids that can keep up with him. His speed is pretty elite here, and that was a huge pass. Get that confidence rolling again. Sutton's having a great night throwing the ball and gets the deep ball going to Isaiah Smith in the second quarter.
You said it. Beautiful throw from Sutton. Hit it right in stride, never broke stride, and took it all the way to the house. Cunningham's on for the extra point now. Parker will hold it down. Snaps back, holds down, and that kick's going to be blocked. So that extra point will be no good, so the score will hold 28-13 with 7:24 to go here in this first half. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Back in here to La Rosa's field where the Broncos put 6 more on the board. It's now 28-13 in favor of Miami Trace. 7:24 to go here, so a big possession here from the Bronco defense. If they're able to get a stop, put some more points on the board, Western Brown will receive the second half kick. So crucial time here for the Broncos if they're going to claw their way back into this one. As there's a good-looking end-over-end kick from Weber is going to be fielded about the 15-yard line in front of the Broncos sideline. Going back towards the middle, has some blocks, and they're able to knock him down, and another flag coming in late as the Broncos rally to the ball past the 40-yard line. But I think this one's coming back. I think a holding call is going against the return team there as the flag came in from the back. It looks like maybe a signal was a legal block in the back, so that will negate the nice return there from Baker, and that'll back him up with 7:14 to go.
Baker got up a little bit slow too. He's kind of limping a little bit, kind of pointing to his back. I think he got hit pretty hard, and once he got stood up on that return, they are now walking this penalty off, backing the Panthers up inside the 20-yard line.
So Broncos catch a break after the nice return. Ball will be spotted back on the 17-yard line after the illegal block in the back. Or to be first down and 10 for this Panther offense. Well, so far Panthers have done a really good job moving the ball down the field, and you said it's starting to maybe mix in some throws and a little bit of option work here. And Robinette, we saw him last year as a sophomore, has looked really good so far here as a junior. He's ready for the snap, claps those hands and takes it. He's going to hand it to Baker up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down by about 5 or 6 Broncos as they rally to the ball and take him down. I think it's going to go for maybe a yard or two. Is going to bring up second down and long.
I believe that was Matthew Osborne getting in on that initial contact, got in quick, playing linebacker currently.
So again, unfortunate news for the Broncos. Carter Saylor's right down here in front of us, sitting on the trainer's table. He is sitting up. Doesn't look to be in a ton of pain right now, but doesn't look like we're going to see him again, which is unfortunate news. Maybe I'm wrong, but as you said, Matthew Osborne playing some linebacker here tonight. They're going to pitch it out. Asher LeBeau going off that right side, trying to get some blocks, and they're able to knock him down around the 24-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down marker, I believe, but a pretty nice run there on second down by Asher LeBeau.
Yeah, a really good run. That toss sweep to the right side. Another big hit, though, from Matthew Osborne, getting involved on the defensive end, trying to bring a little juice on the defensive side here.
Well, we've seen him run over some people while carrying the ball. Maybe that'll translate to some big hits on the defensive side. So, again, stepping in at linebacker with Carter Saylor, unfortunately sidelined for now. 6 minutes ago in the first half, 3rd down and 3 from the 24-yard line. Miami Trace leads 28-13. Appreciate you tuning in here on 99.5 The Edge and Goodguysradiotv.com. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand it. Or no, he's going to keep it, rather, and they're throwing the markers out, so the ball must have ended up on the ground. But I think Miami Trace was able to fall on it, but it is going to be 4th down, so that goes for maybe even a yard loss. So a nice job there by the Broncos, and we'll see, backed up in their own territory, what Coach Williams decides to do here.
Yeah, lucky to hang on to that one, just retain possession. They are backed up pretty far in their own territory, so this would be a pretty gutsy call if they were to go for it. It looks like they are changing out some bodies to flip ends of the field.
So barring a fake on cue, Bronco defense comes away with a big stop. It was really hard to see, a lot of bodies in the way, and opposite side of the field is us, but the ball ended up on the ground. We saw that back referee throw the ball marker really quick. And now referee is going to blow it dead, and they're talking something over here. Not exactly sure what the conversation is here. Something about the play clock, I believe. So Isaiah Smith is going to be back to field this punt. It looks like they are going to kick it away. Again, backed up in their own territory on the 25-yard line. Would be a pretty gutsy call to go for it here with a 2-score lead.
Yeah, it looks like they are lined up back on the offensive end in that pistol formation.
So now Coach Osborne's going to burn a timeout. As you said it, Trey Robinette's out there. It looks like, and I was here kind of early today. He was punting the ball out here warming up, so probably similar to what the Broncos do a lot, where they, especially last year when they had Drew Novak just kick it away on those 4th and long situations. Maybe that's what he's going to do, but have to be prepared here to never know. Robinette more than capable of running or throwing for the first down. But Bronco defense, again, barring a 4th down conversion here, puts themselves in a good spot, 4th and 3 with them backed up in their own territory.
Yeah, this is their best situation to get off the field, have Trace backed up inside their own 30 right now, chance to get the ball back, and you kind of touched on it, Greg. Put points on the board here. You're down 1 score going into halftime where you get the ball back. So this could be a huge swing of momentum.
Well, as a reminder, in just over 5 minutes at the half, we'll get you caught up on everything going on in the world of sports with our producer back in the studio. Make sure to stay tuned for that. Beautiful Friday evening here. It's homecoming night at Western Brown. Again, my name is Greg Liming. I'm here with Rob Bowman, Traven Hildebrand back in the studio, and Maggie Dean on the camera for GoodGuysRadioTV.com. Really appreciate everybody tuning in here on a Friday night. Broncos trying to claw their way back into this one late in the first half. So Robinette in the shotgun, claps those hands, and now a lot of movement. And now they backed up, and Robinette was going to kick it away, I think, but the Broncos go over the line. And I think that's going to give them a first down. So a big mistake there by the Broncos as a lot of people go in motion, but Broncos can't hold their water there, and they give them a first down.
Yeah, they were in kind of a double tight set with receivers within about 2 or 3 yards of the tackles, and kind of changed formations, did a loud shift, and that kind of, as all 4 receivers moved out, caused the Broncos to jump off sides there.
So that'll give them a first down to the 29-yard line, where they'll have it first down and 10 with 5:08 to go. Coming out this way, Robinette will pitch it out wide to LeBeau, and they stretch it out. The Bronco defense, again, Matthew Osborne, I think it was. No, that was somebody else. Must have been Austin Huff in there, taking him out on the sideline. That's going to go for no gain.
Zayden Nichols did a great job on the corner there, kind of setting that edge, not allowing LeBeau to get to the outside, kept that outside arm free and forced him back inside to slow down a little bit. Teammates able to come clean that one up.
See, that was Austin Huff, number 29, got in there and got his hands on him and slung him down for no gain. So it'll be second down and 10 now as the clock stopped. Now it's rolling. I guess maybe they thought marked him out of bounds or something, but clock stopped for a moment there, but it's rolling now with 4:22 to go here in this second quarter. Robinette comes up to the line, claps those hands. He takes the snap, fakes a handoff, quick throw over the middle. Guess has it complete. He's got some room past the 40. And now he's going to be pushed out of bounds right at midfield as Garrett Guess, the big man, comes up with another catch and a first down.
Yeah, nice play. That play action design, find Guess right in the middle of the field, soft spot there, able to go forward for the first down.
And we're starting to see that more and more of that fake handoff and pull it down. Again, Broncos starting to get a beat on that run game a little bit now. Panthers starting to shift over to a little bit more play action, catching the defense off guard. They're getting those safeties to pull up. And Guess is a tough guy to bring down regardless. Once he gets it in space, he can be electric. We've seen it already here so far. So 4:09 to go here in the first half. Robinette takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going out to the right, trying to run it himself. He stood up for about no gain around the 50-yard line. They're trying to scrap and fight for the ball there, but it's going to go for maybe a half a yard. Will bring up second down and long as unfortunately, one of the referees hit the ground there, got mixed up in the pile. Hopefully he's okay. He's able to get back up. Good to see there from the back judge.
Yeah, he does get up under his own power. Seems to be okay. Conversing and with the head official right at midfield.
So it looks like he's going to be – that's always a little bit of a dangerous spot to be right behind those linebackers. Anytime run a play up the middle, a lot of bodies flying around you. He went down on that one, but again, fortunate to see he gets up. So ball goes past midfield to the 49. They'll give him 1 yard. It'll be second down and 9. Hands this one up off the middle now. Asher LeBeau fighting for some yards, and Austin Matthew Osborne in there again, makes another big hit. And we'll go forward for about 3 yards. We'll bring up second down and about 5.
Broncos doing a much better job, though, with that initial contact, bringing down the runner. It's what Trace was able to do early on, is kind of break through those first tackles, go forward for 7, 8, 9 yards a carry. And these last 2 series, Broncos doing a much better job on that initial contact.
So 3rd and 5 here. We'll see what the Panthers decide to do. 3:13 to go here in the second quarter. This could be another time where we see some play action, maybe not one of those option plays with Robinette rolling out towards the edge. Playbook's wide open here with 3rd down and 5 from the 45-yard line as they cross into Bronco territory. And now they're going to have to take a timeout as the play clock runs all the way down. So a timeout here as Trace has it. It'll be 3rd down and 5 after the timeout with 2:58 to go in this first half. So again, we see the mistake there from the Broncos. They give them a new set of downs. Here's another chance, 3rd and 5 to get a stop. Try to force them to a 4th down decision. They do pass midfield, so maybe they will go for it. More likely to go for it down here, but still give yourself a chance to maybe get off the field with a big stop here on 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and medium, playbook's wide open. So they've been running the ball very well tonight. But Broncos, as of late, the last 10, 15 plays or so, they're doing a much better job on that inside run. Just got to do a good job on contain if they do choose to go back to that triple option, and also keep an eye on Guess. He's been their only receiver so far tonight. Got to keep somebody on him, keep eyes on him wherever he goes down the field.
Well, there was a game in the Southern Buckeye yesterday. Claremont Northeastern hosted Cincinnati Country Day. Cincinnati Country Day won that one 38-0 over Claremont Northeastern. A lot of other games going on across the SBC tonight. Last non-conference week for these teams as they'll head into conference play next week. Robinette ready for the snap, takes it, hands it off up the middle, and Baker's going to have the first down up past the 40-yard line, down inside the 35 to the 34. Big run by Julian Baker on third down will move the chains.
Big run, tough physical run, gets to that second level, goes through a couple Bronco defenders to finish that one off for a first down.
So ball spotted on the 34-yard line with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And they move the chains, and now Miami Trace going to kind of pump the brakes a little bit, slow it down, try not to give Western Brown another possession, no matter what the outcome of this drive is here with 2.5 to go in the second. Same formation here from Miami Trace, one receiver out wide to the right, 2 men in the backfield with Robinette. Takes a snap, a little bit of movement up there, but not enough to draw a flag, and that's going to go for no gain back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll give him about a half a yard, will bring up second down and long.
New runner there for the Panthers. I believe that was 44 Weston Dawes getting his first touch of the ball game. Broncos do a good job closing down on him early.
You said it. They've done a really nice job getting up there and making initial contact right around the line of scrimmage. We've seen a couple of tackles for loss as well from this Bronco defense. So starting to get that run game figured out a little bit on the defensive side. Just really have to find a way to get off the field here with under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter rather. Robinette takes the snap, he'll hand it to Baker, goes up the middle, slips a tackle, spins around right around the 25-yard line. I think he's going to be short of the line to gain, but it's going to bring up third down and about 2. Nice run there by Julian Baker.
Yeah, another nice run. Had to spin out of one tackle, goes forward. Nice gain there on second down. Broncos just seem to be playing a little bit high on the defensive side and trying to tackle above the waist, and that's not how you bring down these elusive running backs and someone like Julian Baker who runs with those shoulders forward.
So third down and 1 now with about a minute to go here in this second quarter. Panthers trying to get set. 5 seconds on the play clock. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand it to Baker. Goes off that right side. Fights through some tackles. Still going. Spins around. Still fighting around the 15-yard line. And he falls forward right at the 15-yard line. First down, but under a minute to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and that's plenty of time. Clock will stop with the first down for the Panthers to have a few opportunities to score here. Remember, guess that big target for them, number 5, 6'4", 220. See if they get him involved as they're inside the red zone.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here. 45 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Handoff on the right side. Baker's going that way, spins around, runs into his own man down around the 5-yard line, where that's going to be right at the first down marker. It will be a first down, I think, and it's going to bring up first and goal from the 5.
And that'll equal their first down mark for the quarter. Again, 6 in the first and 6 now in the second quarter.
Clock continues to roll here as they come up to the line. 15 seconds to go. And they're really up against it here now with 10 seconds to go. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand it to Baker. Going off the left side, spins around, fights for the goal line, reaches the ball out, and they're going to say he's short of the line to go. So they take a timeout with 3 seconds to go. So right on the 1-yard line. 2 timeouts left to go there. I don't want to question anything anybody would do, but it seems like probably should have taken a timeout there and gotten set before they ran that one down to 3 seconds.
Well, and that's a tough one, too, with the clock running. You snap it under 10 seconds, and you're running the ball. If he gets stood up or kind of forced to the sideline, not able to get to the end zone, potentially time runs out, leave points on the board.
Baker tried to reach that thing out right at the goal line, wasn't able to do it. They'll mark him right just inside the 1-yard marker. So very short to go here, but again, this is going to be it. This is going to be the final play. They're not going to have time to run a play and call a timeout and get another one up there. So if Broncos can come away with stand them up or maybe get in that backfield, maybe they decide to pull it down and throw one to Guess here and try to trick everybody, but that close to the goal line, I would think you go with your bread and butter. We'll see if the Broncos can make a big stand here on second down and goal.
Yeah, and they might go back to that triple option with Robinette, give them a few more opportunities to potentially score. If that end kind of hangs out and waits for him, they'll give it to, looks like Dawes here maybe on that inside zone.
So 2 men in the backfield. Robinette's about ready to go, and now a timeout coming in. Coach Osborne takes a timeout of his own. They're going to see him line up and decide what they're going to try to do defensively here. So, again, now 1 timeout left for each team. But, again, a huge second down and goal play here. 3 seconds to go in the half. But the Broncos are somehow able to find a way to get in the backfield and interrupt a handoff or stand them up at the line for no gain. could be a big win for this Bronco defense after a big mistake to give them a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, definitely. This gives them an opportunity to finally get off the field tonight. Miami Trace able to score on every series so far in the ball game. So this is a big momentum either way. Either team gets this. And obviously Western Brown gets the ball to start the second half. But this defense needs something to kind of get them going and build that momentum going into halftime and get a big win right before that, get some confidence rolling.
So again, 3 seconds ago, if you're listening on the radio, the ball is spotted in just right about inside the 1 yard line on the left hash. They'll go with the same formation here. They've got one man out wide, 2 men in the backfield, Robinette, and now they're going to come in and reset the play clock, I think, as the referee's kind of trying to get somebody off the field over there to the side. So they'll have it here 3 seconds to go. Again, a big play here, 2nd down and goal for the Miami Trace Panthers. They're ready to go. Robinette claps those hands, takes the snap, hands it off. Baker goes off the right side, and he falls forward, and he goes in for the touchdown. So Panthers able to punch it in, a big play to end the first half. Julian Baker punches it in, I think, for his 2nd touchdown of the night. And they extend their lead out here before halftime. Big play by the Panthers.
Yeah, and you said it. They went right back to that bread and butter, just that inside zone to Baker, and he's able to lower that shoulder. Just gets that one in. It looked pretty close, but both officials on either side called that one almost immediately.
So they'll have the extra point coming up here. It's 35-13 as it holds right now with the extra point momentarily. So again, a big drive there, aided by the penalty by the Broncos. The Panthers were able to go down and punch it in before halftime with no time left on the clock. So exactly what they wanted to do. Snaps back, holds down, kicks on the way. And that one goes right down the middle. We'll make it 35-13. So that's your halftime score here. Broncos trail again 35-13 as the Miami Trace Panthers are able to capitalize on the big penalty. They take it down, punch it into the end zone, and extend their lead out before halftime. We'll take a break, and coming up after this will be our Health Source of Ohio halftime report.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and
Oh, he drains it! Right side, he pulls up for the 3, he hits.
we're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out of hit she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, 2-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shaq Sports, C103, and Goodguysradiotv. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
You want a new Lazy Boy recliner? Try Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union. Need a new floor? Hardwood, carpet, vinyl, luxury vinyl planks. Come to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need a new appliance for the kitchen? GE, Speed Queen? Now you got it. It's Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need an X-ray or MRI? Do not go to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Better try Adams County Regional Medical Center. But for your home needs, you got it. Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxler Tractor.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out of hit she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shaq Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
You want a new Lazy Boy recliner? Try Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union. Need a new floor? Hardwood, carpet, vinyl, luxury vinyl planks. Come to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need a new appliance for the kitchen? GE, Speed Queen? Now you got it. It's Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need an X-ray or MRI? Do not go to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Better try Adams County Regional Medical Center. But for your home needs, it's you got it. Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shack Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
You want a new Lazy Boy recliner? Try Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union. Need a new floor? Hardwood, carpet, vinyl, luxury vinyl planks. Come to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need a new appliance for the kitchen? GE, Speed Queen? Now you got it. It's Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need an X-ray or MRI? Do not go to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Better try Adams County Regional Medical Center. But for your home needs, it's you got it. Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, ENERGY STAR compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, Visit with our folks and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Bachelor Tractor.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the 3, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shack Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
You want a new Lazy Boy recliner? Try Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union. Need a new floor? Hardwood, carpet, vinyl, luxury vinyl planks. Come to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need a new appliance for the kitchen? GE, Speed Queen? Now you got it. It's Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need an X-ray or MRI? Do not go to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Better try Adams County Regional Medical Center. But for your home needs, you got it. Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Welcome back in here to Western Brown High School, where the Panther marching band from Miami Trace is making their halftime performance, doing a great job out there. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go here at halftime. They had their homecoming ceremony, crowned a king and queen. We'll announce the king and queen here shortly, but we want to take some time now, while we have a moment, to go over the cheerleaders for both sides, as well as the coaching staffs and the administrative teams for both sides here tonight. Cheerleaders on the Miami Trace side: Kylan Cornell, Carly Hicks, Lainey Holstein, Peyton Johnson, Kaylee Kirkpatrick, Abby Noble, Cody Payton, Madeline Rostow, Abby Smith, Amberly Zerbiak, Delaney Templin, and their advisors are Shirlene Daughtery and Jade Atkinson. Coaching staff for the Panthers, head coach Jerry Williams. Assistant coaches are Jack Anders, Mike Fritz, Mark Scovener, Cody Scott, Brian Eggleton, Matt Scott, Phil Gollin, Brian White, Luke McCarroll, and their equipment manager is Joey Steele. Their administrative team, Superintendent Kim Pitzer, high school principal Brian Sheets, assistant principal Ryan Davis, athletic director Aaron Hammond, assistant athletic director Mike Bernard, and athletic trainer Taylor Priest. On the Broncos side, cheerleaders Savannah Duncan, Anna Early, Jillian Baird, Kaylee Clark, Nevaeh DeBoard, Jake Pride, Carly Ware, Sierra Wilson, Corinne Armour, Aaliyah Carter, Brooklyn Hewing, Drew Fight, Aubrey Lineberger, Ellie Marion, Lillian Stacy, and Lucy Veason. Head cheer coaches Cassidy Taylor, assisted by Tanya Carter. Coaching staff for the Broncos led by head coach Nick Osborne, Cody Wilson, Jeremy Wheeler, Ryan Berry, Travis Taylor, Matt Crable, Heath Simons, Ryan Fulmer, Steve Swisher, Jim White, Tim O'Hara, Jim Brosini, Dustin Dean, Aaron Chase, Tim Bean, Dakota Luther, and Jordan Lynn. And the superintendent, administrative team for the Broncos, superintendent Mr. Reagan White, high school principal Mrs. Heather Cooper, athletic director Tim Cook, assistant principals Jeff Herman and Tim Cook, assistant athletic director Jeff Herman, and high school athletic secretary is Sharon Kinzel. So again, halftime score here is 35-13 in favor of Miami Trace. I'm going to hand it over to Rob, and he's got some first half stats tallied up for you.
Starting with the Broncos offensively, they have 5 first downs in the first half. They are 1 for 2 on third down conversions. 0 for 1 on fourth down. Do have 2 turnovers. One of those, the fumble in the first series, turnover on downs on the third, and 2 offensive penalties. Defensively for the Miami Trace Panthers, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 penalty. And as far as the offensive end for the Panthers, 12 first downs, 4 of 5 on third down conversions. Pretty high rate there, 1 for 1 on fourth down, 1 fumble, and they do have 4 penalties, one of those being on special teams. Defensively for the Broncos, 2 tackles for loss and 3 defensive penalties, which have hurt the Broncos quite a bit tonight.
So again, had their homecoming ceremony here at halftime. The homecoming queen was Miss Miranda Allen, and your homecoming king, add another accomplishment to the trophy case for Mr. Senior Wide Receiver Isaiah Smith, voted homecoming king here tonight. So congratulations to Isaiah Smith and Miranda Allen for the homecoming king and queen here at Western Brown tonight. Well, Rob, you just mentioned it. Turnovers have hurt them. A couple of big penalties have been a problem as well for the Broncos. We have seen at times their defense get into the backfield, make some big plays, but it just seems like when they get comfortable and they get where they can make a stop, the Panthers kind of maybe pull something out of a little deeper out of the playbook, little play action, little rollout, some option type stuff. And they've been able to convert some big third down and fourth down opportunities and keep drives alive. And they've scored, I think you said, on every single drive they've had here tonight. And again, Broncos find themselves in a hole they're going to have to try to fight their way out of.
The Panthers haven't really had to put themselves in too many crazy situations. All the ones that they've been in, they've been able to get out of. That one 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, able to convert there. 4th down, able to convert that with the offside penalty from the Broncos. So they're able to do what it takes to continue to move that ball and really haven't had to dive super deep into that playbook. Couple different pass attempts, went to guess on all of them so far, and he's a really, really big target and a good threat with some speed. But right now, the Broncos got to figure out a way to slow them down in the run game.
Well, you said it. I think number 3, Julian Baker, 6 foot, 185 freshman, has been very impressive so far here tonight. We knew Asher LeBeau coming in was going to get the ball a lot and be a big difference maker. But I think for me, the surprise so far, and maybe not surprise, but the big spark for them offensively has been Julian Baker. Garrett Guess has had a couple of really big catches, and we saw the big man turn the Jets on and run one in for a touchdown, and he's very good in space. But, man, Julian Baker is a workhorse as a freshman. He's hard to get on the ground, very good vision. He's crafty at the line, and, again, very strong, tough to tackle, and he's had a big first half here. Broncos are going to have to try to find a way to contain him, as well as that back end with Mr. Guess.
Yeah, and he runs behind those shoulder pads, kind of gets a forward lean going, and he's hard to take down with just one person. And one thing, just watching the game from up here in the press box, Broncos seem to be playing a little bit high on the defensive end, and we touched on it in the first half. You can't do that when you're trying to bring down a big physical back like that. You gotta stay low. You gotta go after the thighs and wrap up. And early on in the game, they weren't doing such a good job of it, but in the later stages of the first half, they were able to make some really good plays, and they just have to continue that in the second half. Got to be able to get off the field, give your offense some more opportunities.
Well, against some other games across the SBC, Wilmington was winning against Aiken. Couldn't find a score in Batavia and Bethel. Blanchester was ahead of Goshen. Clinton Massey, I think, was up 7-0 over Harrison, and New Richmond was up, I think, 21-0, you said, over Norwood. So SBC faring pretty well in most of their matchups across the board here tonight. Broncos trying to claw their way back into this one. They will receive this second half kick to get things started here. Again, they trail 35-13. Kick's on the way. It's going to be a squib kick on the ground, and the Broncos are going to let that roll down to the 20-yard line where Powell scoops it up off the ground, takes it past the 25 up to about the 27, 28-yard line. And that's where the Bronco offense will trot out for their first possession here the second half. Well, we've talked about it all night long, Rob. This seems like a kind of a make-or-break time for Western Brown. They've really got to put a drive together here, put some points on the board, and then you'll shift your focus over to defense. But this feels like a big moment here for this offense.
It is. Down 3 scores. Obviously, there's a lot of time left in the game, but defense so far to this point hasn't been able to slow down Miami Trace and get off the field, so your offense has to step up when they're given an opportunity.
So they'll go empty set here on the first play from the 27-yard line. Sutton takes a snap, quick throw, has it complete. Braden Harmon has first down yardage, about a 12 or 13-yard completion. Nice throw and catch there, Broncos on first down.
Yeah, just a quick one step. Sutton over to Harmon. They're developing a pretty good connection.
Coach Osborne's talked very highly of Braden Harmon and the way he's handled himself here his sophomore season. Still has a lot of time left to develop and get better, but we've seen him get better and better each week, and he's becoming a big part of this here early. Another quick throw out to House. Harmon complete again. Spins around, and he's going to be up almost in midfield around the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up second down and about 3.
Harmon, nice big target, similar build to Isaiah Smith. And when I hear Coach Osborne talk about Harmon, kind of seems like they have a lot of the similar attributes, too. 2 guys that can really take a top off of defense.
5 wide again, 3 bunched on the left, 2 on the right. Sutton takes a snap, a little low, but handles it. Looking to throw over the middle. He's going towards Isaiah Smith. A little too far out of the reach. Almost had him complete. Had one half a step. But we got a penalty flag, and it looks like it's going against Miami Trace. I think maybe illegal hands to the face or a face mask. I see the referee kind of motioning up towards his face. Looks like they're pointing towards Miami Trace. And it is a personal foul, so that's going to help out the Broncos tremendously.
A big penalty as they do try to take the top off there, go for the corner route to Harmon on three plays in a row, and just out of reach for Harmon, but Western Brown going to get a big help here with this penalty.
Well, again, welcome back in here to second half action. My name is Greg Liming. I'm here with my partner, Rob Bowman. We've got Traven Hildebrand back in the studio for us, and Maggie Dean up on top of the press box working the camera for Goodguysradiotv.com. Appreciate everybody tuning in on the air or live on our video stream at Goodguysradiotv.com. So all the way down to the 39-yard line now, where it's 1st and 10 after the illegal hands to the face penalty. Ball's on the right hash. Western Brown headed from left to right on your radio dial. Takes a snap, looking to his right, wants to throw that way, protected pretty well. Now he's going to tuck it down and run. All kinds of room on the left side, up past the 30. Picks up a block from Isaiah Smith, and a penalty's coming out. 2 penalties coming out, and it looks like that's going to be a crackback block, I believe, on Isaiah Smith. Sutton had all kinds of daylight over there, had first down yardage, but the penalty's going to bring it back.
Yeah, there were 2 different flags, one from the back judge and one from the line judge on the far side of the field from us. Isaiah Smith had a huge block, and about 10 years ago that would have been legal, but not in today's game, as the referee's still figuring this one out.
So it looks like they are going to be offsetting penalties, I believe. Again, two different flags. Looks like they're bringing the ball back to about the 39-yard line. I think that's about where the original line of scrimmage was. So I think you called it. I didn't get it. He's doing the motion now, but he did wave them both off, so it is offsetting penalties. So
replay the down.
Sutton had all kinds of room. He was well protected, kind of collapsed on the backside there on his left and tucked it down and run. He definitely had the first down, but again, we'll just call a mulligan on that one, and we'll try it again with 10:40 to go here in the third quarter. Sutton takes the snap, all kinds of time, quick throw, has Osborne complete, 35-yard line, and he gets upended around the 30. He's going to be right around first down yardage. I think he's going to be a little bit short. It's going to bring up second down in about 2.
Just that shallow crosser coming from right to left. Osborne wide open when he catches that one, able to run forward for a few more after catching it.
Osborne got met by about 4 tacklers there, and 2 of them went high, 2 of them went low, and they kind of upended him as he'll line up in the backfield. Now they're going to hand this one off to Powell, trying to go off that right side. He breaks a tackle, still going, and he goes forward past the 30-yard line, down around the 29. And I think it's going to be third down and very short, as that was second down and 4. We'll call it 3rd and 1.
And it just went right off the right hip of the center on that play, and nothing going initially. Powell just kind of hides right behind the lineman and then able to bounce that one to the edge for a couple yards.
So they'll mark it at the 30. We'll call it 3rd and 2. Sutton's going to run this one all the way. Jump cuts at the line, some penalty flags flying in. And I'm not sure he got the first down. I think he's going to be short, maybe no gain, but we'll check the penalty. Came in from the back, usually a hold.
Do have a lineman doing some push-ups before we get the call. It is a holding on the Broncos.
So I would assume they're going to accept it and back him up 10. It would be 4th down and very short, which Western Brown would obviously go for down multiple scores here, but they are going to tack on the 10 yards and try 3rd down again after the holding call there on the left side of the offensive line. So Bronco offense, a couple of big plays and a big penalty to move them. Now they're backing themselves up a little bit here with a holding call.
Yeah, 4 penalties already on this opening series of the second half.
Empty set here from Western Brown, 9:35 to go in the third quarter. A little bit of movement on that defensive line, but I guess didn't quite get all the way into the neutral zone there as no flag comes out. Coach Osborne calling in the play from the sideline now with 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Clock rolls now with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go. 2 receivers on his left, one on the right as Powell switches sides in the backfield. Sutton takes a snap, looking towards his right. Now back over the middle, wants to go deep, throws it over the top, and I believe that's going to be complete. A good catch. Great concentration down to the 25-yard line. I think that was Lucas Powell. Now that was Isaiah Smith able to bring it in. Good catch by Isaiah Smith.
Yeah, big 3rd down conversion, 3rd and long, and got themselves set back with that penalty, but able to find Smith. Just kind of settles down in the zone there, and the defense finds that soft spot. Sutton able to find him, drives the ball right in there.
1 man in the backfield was Sutton. Ball's on the left hash, he'll go in motion. Looking over the middle, wants to throw, well protected, going to the end zone. Man has a step, and it's going to be knocked away at the last second. A nice play on the defensive end. Number 4, Evan Mollett, got that left paw in there and knocked it away right at the goal line. It'll go incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10.
Went back to Osborne over the middle, running down the seam, similar to his touchdown in the first half, and well defended there from the Panthers.
So incomplete. Ball still on the 25-yard line where it's second down and 10 with 8:39 to go. Clock stops there on the incompletion. Osborne had half a step, but really nice defensive play there by Mollett to get in there and poke that one out at the last second and avoid contact with Osborne. 1 receiver on his left, 2 on his right. Powell in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff to Powell, looking over the middle, step through a little pressure now, rolling out to his right. Now he's going to tuck it down and go up the middle, makes a couple of people miss, goes inside the 25-yard line. I believe down to about the, they're going to mark him about 1 yard gain down to the 24. Is going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, very short gain for as much as Sutton had to scramble there. Just does what he can, shows that elusiveness. But 3rd and long coming up for the Broncos.
So now he'll have 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Empty set here with 8:17 to go. Sutton takes a snap, looking to the right. He's going to throw. Smith is wide open in the end zone. Isaiah Smith, touchdown in the back of the end zone. And the homecoming king puts 6 more on the board.
Huge, another Great deep ball from Sutton. Finds the senior. Turned on the burners there. He had about 3 steps on the corner on that one. Isaiah Smith really taking over.
And I tell you what, that touchdown at the end of the first half is looking big now after that scoring drive from Western Brown to start this thing out. Looks like they're going to go for 2. One of the extra points was no good earlier. It was blocked at the line of scrimmage there. So offense is still on the field. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Scores 35-19 with 8 minutes and 1 second to go in this third quarter. Bronco offense lines up. Powell's in the backfield with Sutton, 2 receivers on both sides. Man goes in motion across the formation. Sutton rolling to his right, wants to throw that way. Throws towards the corner of the end zone, too far out of the reach of Matthew Osborne. So the 2-point conversion is no good. So the score is 35-19 with 8 minutes and 1 second to go here in the third. Take a break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
Cunningham will kick it, a line bouncer kick, and it's onside, and there's going to have some room. He may go for the touchdown. Tried the onside kick, and he's going to take it all the way down to the 15-yard line. It almost looked like Cunningham tried the onside kick, and nobody else was ready for it. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Cunningham kicked it in the ground right into the chest of that front man, and he was able to scoop it up and almost took that thing to the house. You don't see that very often on an onside kick, but got to him really quick, and he was able to make one man miss and went all the way down to the 15-yard line.
That was Jaden Jones, number 57. The offense and defensive linemen showed a little bit of speed there. Big man running down the sideline here. Scooped that one up. Doesn't get many opportunities to touch the ball, typically blocking on those plays. But, yeah, just didn't get the bounce on the onside kick that you typically expect. It just went right to Jones.
So same formation here with one man out wide, 2 men in the backfield. Robinette takes the snap. He'll pull this one down and run it himself. Tries to go back up the middle. He'll fall forward around the 12-yard line. It's going to be a 3-yard gain on first down. That'll bring up second down. Well, you said it. Jaden Jones is probably really like, hey, coach, get the ball a little bit more. He did show some speed on that one.
Yeah, you see what I can do. Give the big fella a chance. That's the first pull we've seen from Robinette. Kind of faked that outside zone to LeBeau, and he runs that one back up the middle. And just a short gain, but shows what they are capable of on the offensive end. Robinette not scared to keep it.
So that'll take him down to the 12. We're at second down and 7. 7:15 to go here in this third quarter. Robinette claps his hands, ready for the snap. He'll hand this one to LeBeau, going up the middle. Fights for an extra yard or so around the 9-yard line. I think they're going to mark him right at the 10 for another short gain. It's going to bring up third down and 5.
Yeah, Bronco defense, good job the last couple plays. Getting those sure tackles in. Slowing them up, get another third down opportunity. You got to get off the field here.
So after the good field position, looking at a third down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Don't obviously have to get the goal line, just need to get to the 5 for a first down. But you said it, Broncos trying to hold him out and at least maybe hold him to a field goal try this far down in Bronco territory. Robinette ready for the snap, takes it. He'll hand it to LeBeau going off that right side. And he's fighting. He goes all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Asher LeBeau fights through some tackles, takes it into the house, and they extend their lead back out. A quick answer from Miami Trace.
Very quick answer, get in that third down situation, able to convert immediately. Big, strong run from LeBeau to put that one in the end zone.
It looked like about 6 or 7 Broncos had a chance at him on that right side of the offensive line, but he just kept those feet moving and high-stepped out of a few tackles and took it all the way in for 6 more to extend it back out. 41-19 now in favor of Miami Trace. Extra point will be coming up here momentarily. Ian Mavis will try to tack on the extra point, holds down, kick is up, line drive, end over end kick, and it will be good. So that'll make it 42-19 in favor of Miami Trace. We'll take a break. Be right back on 99.5 The Edge.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Again to make it 42-19 in favor of the Panthers here with 6:32 to go in the third quarter. So Broncos trying to pull some things out of the playbook there with the onside kick. It kind of a little bit backfires and gave Miami Trace really good field position after a nice return. And they're able to punch it in to Asher LeBeau with his 3rd touchdown, I believe, of the night. As here's a line drive kick. Powell comes up and picks it off the turf past the 30. Trying to get back to the sideline, goes past the 35 to about the 37-yard line. So again, pretty good field position after Powell scooped that one off the turf. Takes it up to the 37. Bronco offense coming back out.
Pretty good return. Powell, I don't know how he caught that one without touching the ground. Almost went into a full squat. Decent return. Gives his offense a nice opportunity here to start their second drive of the half.
So they'll mark him on the 38-yard line where the Broncos will have it for their, again, second possession of the third quarter. Join us for more live coverage from the Peebles Old Timers Day Festival tomorrow right here on 99.5 The Edge and over on C103. Don't just tune in. Come out and join the fun from downtown Peebles. Broncos will have it here. 6:27 to go. Ball's on the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Sutton fakes a handoff. Quick throw. Has it complete. Smith on that side. A little shimmy move. And he's going to be slung down right around midfield. Goes past midfield to about the 49-yard line. And that'll be a first down for the Broncos.
Broncos just eating away at this Panther defense with those quick slant routes. Isaiah Smith had a extra gear on that one, able to go forward for the first down.
I think that was Smith. It might have been Harmon. It's really hard to see these white numbers. I know I sound like I'm complaining too much, but it makes it hard on us broadcasters up here to see those white numbers. Sutton takes the snap, looking over the middle, steps up through some pressure, able to avoid it. And Al's going to turn his shoulders and throw it. Floats up in the air, and that one's going to be intercepted. Brady Sutton was trying to get rid of the ball, but I think got kind of grabbed at the last second, floated one up there, and Cooper Enox comes down with the interception. Miami Trace comes away with the football. Another mistake by the Bronco offense.
Yeah, Sutton forced out of the pocket and just didn't have anything down the field. Waited a little bit too long to try to get rid of that one. Got his arm hit. Ball went straight up in the air to Miami Trace. They're able to come back down with it, get a big turnover for their defense.
So you gotta feel for Brady Sutton, trying to make something happen there. He got out of the pocket, kind of got caught in between that. Am I gonna run? Am I gonna throw it away? And like you said, waited just a half a second too long to get rid of the football. And the throw was altered and kind of spun up in the air. And they're able to run underneath it for the interception. So Bronco defense back out there, trying to come away with a stop. Takes the snap, hands it off. LeBeau goes up the middle, bouncing off some tackles, up past the 45-yard line to about the 46. Is going to be just short of the first down. Is going to bring up second down and 1.
A couple Broncos in there early on, taking on some blocks, but LeBeau making the right cuts at the right time to go forward for about 9 yards on that first down play.
So clock rolls with 5:24 to go here in the third quarter. Again, Miami Trace leads 42-19. So ball's past the 45. We'll call it 46-yard line where it's second down and a long one. Robin Ed in the shotgun, 2 men in the backfield, 1 receiver out wide to the left. Robinette takes the snap. He'll hand it off quick up the middle. All kinds of room, and Baker breaks loose, and he's going to go to the house again. 20, 10-5, touchdown, Miami Trace. Julian Baker, the freshman, having a big night here tonight at Western Brown, and he takes it in, and the Broncos find themselves in a big hole here in the third quarter.
Yeah, got a huge block up the field on the safety and was almost untouched to the house on that one. Baker's having himself a good night, as well as LeBeau.
So that's going to extend the lead out 48-19 now. Here, and not the start the Broncos were looking for to start this third quarter, as we've only got under 5 minutes to go now, and back-to-back scores, and the Panthers turn another Bronco turnover into more points. Mavis will be kicking the extra point here momentarily. Snaps back, holds down, kicks on the way. End-over-end kick will be good. That'll make it 49-19 in favor of Miami Trace. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the three, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking on a hit, she goes.
With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shack Sports, C103, and Good Guys Radio TV. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
At Kibler Stadium, 49-19 in favor of Miami Trace here with 4:52 to go in this third quarter. Line drive kick over towards the Broncos sideline. Powell catches it on the run at the 20. Gets some blocks over towards the sideline, still going all the way up 45-yard line up to about the 49, 48-yard line as he almost gets it back to midfield. So again, another nice return there by Lucas Powell, as that will put the Broncos in pretty nice field position. But again, a 30-point, I believe we'll be in the running clock phase here in the third quarter with it 49-19. So Broncos trying to rally here and put some points on the board, as Miami Trace has turned a couple of turnovers and, one turnover in a really good field position into some points.
Yeah, and they did the same thing in the first half. Got a turnover and able to score immediately on both of those series. So that's what you have to do as an offense. You get those opportunities, take advantage.
Quick throw out wide. To the left from Sutton, falls incomplete. A couple of guys out there. I think Jaden Parker was the intended receiver, but just a little bit too wide. Will go incomplete. Will bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was shielded from the ball. There was another receiver running a similar route in front of him between Sutton and himself, and just not able to find the ball there.
Empty set. Sutton takes the snap, looking over the middle, has some pressure off his left side. Now able to spin out of it. He's going to square his shoulders and throw it over the middle, and a little too high, intended for Isaiah Smith. That one will fall incomplete. Will bring up third down and 10.
Yeah, it looked like Damian Valdez initially got beat off the line. Sutton saw the defensive end coming in at him, and then Valdez able to clean it up, give Sutton some time to scramble out of the pocket. That was a huge block in the middle of the backfield.
So empty set again here, third down and 10. Sutton takes the snap, looking to his right. Quick throw that way, has it complete. Braden Harmon past the 40-yard line down to about the 37. It will be a first down. Nice throw and catch there by the Broncos.
A handy slant route there gets Harmon going. Downfield, shows a little shiftiness too. Goes forward for a few more after the catch.
So ball's down to the 47-yard line, past midfield, into Panther territory. First down and 10, 2:45 to go here in this third quarter. Sutton takes the snap, looking to his left, wants to throw that way. He's going to throw it over towards that side, a little too far out of the reach. I believe intended for Smith again, will fall incomplete. That's going to bring up second and 10.
Yeah, Smith had another step on the defender as he runs that corner route, and just overthrown by Sutton. That was a deep throw.
But again, we'll choose a Western Brown standout after the game to be named as our Paul Hall Insurance Player of the Game. Be sure to stay tuned to hear who that is. 2:15 to go here in the third. Sutton takes the snap, wants to throw over the middle, pretty well protected, now throws, has a man complete. Lucas Powell spun down inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 34 is going to bring up third down.
At those shallow crossers, call that a rub route, kind of get the defenders to run into each other, pick route as a defender might call that one, but Powell able to catch it, go forward for a few.
Empty set again here, third down and 4 from the 38-yard line. Minute 43 to go here in this third quarter as the clock continues to run. Sutton takes a shotgun snap, quick throw out to his left. Nobody home there. It looks like a little miscommunication between him and Smith. He was looking for Smith to kind of stop there and set himself up for the first down yardage. Smith kept running and falls incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like the first play on this series, similar route concept, and the receivers just weren't ready for the ball. Sutton threw it a little bit behind them, not on the same page.
So it'll be fourth down and 4. Offense is still on the field, down quite a few scores here. Western Brown's going to have to go on pretty much every fourth down from here on out. Sutton takes the snap, squares his shoulders, throws towards the left. Big hit, but a nice catch over on that side. Makes another man miss. I think that was Isaiah Smith again. Got drilled right when the ball touched his hands, but he's able to hold on and spin out of a tackle, and he goes all the way down around the 15-yard line rather. First down Broncos.
Huge fourth down conversion, big hit, able to fight through it, get the first down.
So Isaiah Smith with another gutsy performance here tonight. 32 seconds to go. Sutton takes the snap, looking over the middle, steps up in the pocket now, quick throw, tries to get it to Osborne, but a little too low and incomplete. That's going to bring up second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. And with the running clock, that may be the final play of the third quarter.
Yeah, Osborne running that crossing route from right to left, just a little bit slightly behind him at the knees. Tough catch to make for a receiver.
So it looks like they're going to let it run down here, and that's going to take us to the fourth quarter. So again, Broncos trail this one 49-19 to the Miami Trace Panthers. We'll have fourth quarter action coming up after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Our beliefs matter. They're reflected in our words and actions. At First State Bank, we believe in treating people well, and we've been doing just that since 1884. Listening, caring, looking out for each other. It's what people deserve. It's what a real local bank does. While lots of things have changed over the years, our belief in the people of this community hasn't. First State Bank, built on belief. Member FDIC.
You want a new Lazy Boy recliner? Try Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union. Need a new floor? Hardwood, carpet, vinyl, luxury vinyl planks. Come to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need a new appliance for the kitchen? GE, Speed Queen? Now you got it. It's Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Need an X-ray or MRI? Do not go to Mosier Furniture and Appliance. Better try Adams County Regional Medical Center. But for your home needs, it's you got it. Mosier Furniture and Appliance in West Union.
Welcome back in here to Western Brown High School. Again, Miami Trace leads this one big 49-19 over the Western Brown Broncos. Broncos knocking on the door, though, at the 15-yard line, trying to put some points on the board here to start this fourth quarter. A pretty good-looking drive. Converted a fourth down here to get a new set of downs. It'll be second down and 10 with the ball on the 15-yard line. Sutton in the shotgun, takes the low snap. Now can't handle it. Picks it up, but he's not going to be able to get rid of it all the way back to about the 27-yard line. And Brady Sutton is a little slow to get up after that one. Unfortunately, low snap, kind of grounder. Picked it up and couldn't get out of harm's way.
Yeah, low snap. Took a second to get that one up, and then they brought Evan Malott on the blitz on the edge, and he's able to get in there and bring down Sutton before he can get anything going.
So a big loss there all the way back to the 27-yard line. It's going to put him in a third and very long to go here with 11:21 to go here in this football game. Empty set, Sutton high snap this time, but able to handle it. Throws it over towards the end zone. Smith is open, backs up, makes the catch, and falls backwards over the goal line. Isaiah Smith add another touchdown to his stat sheet. He's able to punch it in for 6 more. Nice throw there from Brady Sutton. Isaiah Smith able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Yeah, reliable senior, finding him in the end zone. He's had a tremendous last couple of weeks, and just gets behind the defender once again. Slightly underthrown, but Smith able to reel it in and cross the goal line.
So they're going to keep the offense out there and go for 2. It's 49-25 right now. The two-point conversion coming up here momentarily. Powell will be in the backfield with Sutton, 3 men on his right. Osborne lines up on the left side of that offensive line. Sutton takes a snap, looking over the middle, pressure coming, throws it late, and it's going to be a little too high off the hands. Intended, I believe, that was number 15, Jaden Parker, not quite able to bring it in. So two-point conversion's no good, so the score is 49-25. Take a break, we'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge.
Do you have a roofing or siding project? At Higgins, they manufacture steel roofing and siding every business day. With 17 colors in stock and 70,000 pieces of trim, they are prepared to ship your project immediately. Remember Higgins for your 40-year warranted, Energy Star compliant, American-made steel roofing and siding. Located 7 miles west of Hillsboro on US Route 50 and on AC Avenue, just off 35 in Jackson. Call 800-782-4239 or visit them on the web at higginsroofing.com.
Welcome back in here to Western Brown, where the Broncos have put 6 more on the board to make it 49-25 after the touchdown and failed two-point conversion. So Broncos will kick it away. I would not be surprised if we saw another onside try here. Again, Broncos trail this one in the fourth quarter, so have to try any way they can to create some extra possessions. Cunningham runs up to the ball. He'll kick it into the ground. They're going to let it bounce, and Broncos have a chance at it. And there's a fight for the football. We're going to see which way they mark it. Broncos think they have it. No signal yet. 2 guys went up high at the top of the point, and the Broncos have the football. And now a penalty flag coming in late. So we're going to see. They still haven't made a final signal yet. I think the Broncos kind of sideline went a little crazy like they had the football. Again, still no official word from the referees yet, as we saw a penalty flag fly out. Coach Osborne thinks they have it. We'll see what they signal.
It's still discussing. There was a penalty flag, went straight up in the air. Panthers came up with the ball at the end of the scrum. Coach Osborne showing some excitement. They do signal Bronco ball.
So Broncos come away with an extra possession here. Now they're going to pick up the penalty flag, so no penalty on the play. Broncos came in. What a beautiful onside kick by Cunningham. He kind of like pooched it right into the ground. It took 2 bounces and took a real big high one. Typically you see that third bounce go way up in the air. And Cunningham did a really good job and able to get down there. And I think it was actually Cunningham that made contact with the defender and gave his man a chance to go up high and get it. So Broncos have the ball on the 45-yard line in positive territory. Could be a big turn of events if they can punch this one in here.
Definitely. I'm guessing that flag, too, was not touching the ball before it went to 10-yard mark, but they were able to get together, make the right decision, because that was definitely beyond that marker when they made contact.
Sutton takes a shotgun snap, looking over the middle now, steps up through some pressure, wants to throw deep. He's going towards the end zone, lays out Isaiah Smith almost, and a penalty flag on the far side goes about 90 feet in the air. We'll see what the penalty is, but Isaiah Smith almost with a circus catch inside the 5-yard line.
Another good-looking deep ball from Sutton. Puts it right out there, just a hair too long. Had 2 receivers running almost an identical route there, and both of them were open.
And it's going to be a penalty going against Miami Trace. I'm not sure if it's a – what's that signal, Rob? 2 hands behind the back like this. He signaled, and it's going to be a first down for the Broncos all the way down to the 30-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty will help out the Broncos here and give them a new set of downs.
I might need to look that one up.
I got to tell you, the Western Brown, they fly a drone over the field, and I think that referee threw that flag higher than the drone. He launched that thing up in the air. But it'll be a first down for the Broncos to the 30-yard line with 10:48 to go. So Broncos catch a break. Isaiah Smith, again, laid out inside the 5 and almost came away with the football. Osborne in the backfield with Sutton, 3 on his right, 1 on the left. Takes the snap, looking over the middle. Quick throw now. Has it complete. Goes down inside the 26-yard line. They'll mark it right at the 26-yard line where it'll be second down and about 7.
Tunnel screen from right side coming back to the middle of the field. They go to that fairly frequently, a couple times a game at least. Decent gain on first down.
So they'll give him 4. Make it 2nd down and 6 from the 26, 10:22 to go. And now some movement up front on the offensive line is going to back them up 5. A false start penalty going against Western Brown.
Yeah, tough one as you get some momentum going on the offensive end. Set yourself back with that penalty.
So that'll back them up past the 30 to the 31-yard line now, where it'll be 2nd down and 11 after the penalty. Empty set this time for Sutton. 2 on his left, 3 on his right. Ball's on the left hash. Western Brown going right to left on your radio dial now. Sutton steps up through some pressure, now comes back towards his bench, trying to get out of there, and he's not going to be able to do it all the way back past the 40-yard line. Sutton just couldn't quite find anybody downfield, held on to it a little too long, and a big loss back to the 40 for a 9-yard loss. Is going to bring up 3rd down and a mile.
Yeah, extreme setback there with the 2nd sack of the ball game and 2nd of the quarter for the Panthers. Defense stepping up big late in this ball game.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 20. Ball's on the 40-yard line. Obviously, 4th down territory here no matter what you get on 3rd down for the Broncos with 9:26 to go in this one. Empty set again, 3 bunched on the right, 2 on the left. Sutton takes a snap, looking over the middle. Penalty flag comes in. Ball comes out, gets popped over the middle of the field, gets back to maybe past the line of scrimmage about the 29-yard line. And a little bit slower to get up is Isaiah Smith. He did make the catch. It is going to be about an 11-yard gain, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, took a big shot in that midsection as he brought that one down. Showed strong hands, hold on to that one through the contact. Does take his helmet off now as the trainer and Coach Osborne head out to meet Smith on the field.
So Isaiah Smith climbed the ladder, brought it down, took a big shot in the ribs, and the training staff is out there to tend to him right now. Hopefully, again, he's going to be okay. Unfortunate news, Carter Saylor is on crutches over here on the sideline with shoulder pads off and everything, so obviously his night is finished. Hopefully Isaiah Smith will be okay. There was a penalty on the field. I don't know if they signaled yet or not what it was.
Yeah, they signaled holding on the Broncos, and Trace chose to decline the penalty, take the 4th down.
Okay, so it is going to bring up 4th down, and I believe about 9 as they help Isaiah Smith to his feet. But it looks like he is holding that right side there as he is able to walk off under his own power, which is a good sign. Again, hopefully he'll be okay. He's been a huge spark plug these last 2 weeks for the Broncos. The senior wide receiver has had a couple of back-to-back big games, as he's had another one here tonight. And he comes over in front of us here on the sideline and goes down on a knee, and they're going to check him out. Hopefully it's just a situation where maybe kind of got the wind knocked out of him. He took a big shot in the ribs.
Yeah, he really did. It's amazing that he's able to hold on to the ball there. Hopefully he's okay.
So 4th down and 9 from the 29-yard line. Broncos need the 20 for a 1st down. Sutton rolling to his right, throws it late, and it's tipped. Dive for the ball, and it's going to be incomplete. Had a man over there right at the line to gain, but just didn't quite get it up high enough to keep it out of the way of the defense. They knock it down, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So onside kick. Broncos can't come away with the points after a nice defensive play there. They're able to bat it down and get just enough of a fingertip on it to keep Osborne from bringing that one in.
Cooper Enoch's able to get in front of that one, tip it, makes it fall to the ground just short. He was in little delayed coverage covering the flat on that right side and was in the right spot for that 2nd level throw from Sutton.
So that'll turn it over on downs with 9:04 to go. Miami Trace leads this one 49-25. And I would imagine we'll see a heavy dose of Mr. LeBeau and Mr. Baker here on this drive, trying to close this one out as they lead by multiple scores. There's going to be a handoff. LeBeau going off the left side. Broncos rally up about the 30-yard line, push him back. I think they're going to mark him at the 31-yard line for about 3 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and 7.
And that's kind of what the Broncos have needed from that defensive front all game, and it just hasn't happened at the right times for them.
So they'll mark it in between the 30 and 31-yard line. 2nd down and a long 7 here. And again, Bronco defense trying to come away with a turnover, something to give them a little spark here. If they could get a turnover and punch it in one more time, could maybe try another onside kick and kind of claw their way back into this one, give themselves a puncher's chance. But as that clock rolls, gets a little bit more and more difficult with 8:20 to go here in this one on homecoming night at Western Brown. Robinette takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Baker falls forward for about a 3-yard gain. is going to bring up third down. It looks like about 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4. Defense doing what they need to do right now. Potentially get off the field if they can get another stop here on this 3rd and medium.
So they'll mark it just shy of the 35-yard line. Tip of the ball is right at the 35-yard line, so 3rd and 4 with 7:53 to go. Stay tuned for the Coach's Comment Show right after the game. We'll recap tonight's matchup with Coach Nick Osborne. Make sure to stay tuned for that. As the Miami Trace Panthers taking their time, coming up to the ball inside 10 seconds to go on the play clock, 7:35 to go in this one here from Western Brown. Robinette takes the snap, hands it to Baker, going off that left side, hit hard by Matthew Osborne, trying to fight for some extra yards. He's not going to get the first down, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. And I would imagine we'll see Coach Williams keep the offense out there and go for it. Probably has a lot of confidence in his guys to get that 1 yard.
Definitely a lot of confidence. They've been able to move the ball successfully throughout this game and have scored on every opportunity on the offensive end. But he's going to take all the time off the clock that he can before he makes that decision.
Well, you never know with a multiple score lead. They may just I saw Robinette kicking it some before pregame, so he may just punt it away. Looks like they're lined up to go for it, but again, Broncos, this would be a big stop for them if they could get off the field and try to get one more chance. And LeBeau's going to have first down yardage, and he's going to have more past midfield. He's still going inside the 30, down to the 20. He's tripped up inside the 15-yard line. We do have a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what the penalty marker is. I think it was maybe on the Western Brown sideline as the penalty comes in, but the big run by Asher LeBeau takes it all the way down inside the 20, and he continues his big night here at Western Brown.
Huge conversion, gets through that initial contact right around the line of scrimmage. It is a sideline warning on the Broncos.
So that'll take them all the way down inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15-yard line. I think they spotted on the 13, so Asher LeBeau with another big scamper there on the ground. And things starting to get a little more bleak here for the Broncos with 6.5 minutes to go. Again, a two-headed monster in the backfield there. Asher LeBeau and Julian Baker have both had big nights here. And Miami Trace knocking on the door again here with just over 6 minutes to go in this ballgame. Robinette takes a shotgun snap. He'll hand it to Baker off that left side. Gets hit pretty quick, falls forward for a couple of yards down around the 11-yard line. Maybe they'll mark him at the 10. Will bring up second down.
And this one will trickle under the 6-minute mark as they head back to the huddle. Panthers doing a great job of utilizing almost the entire play clock every snap.
So still 20 seconds to go on the play clock. They're still huddled up over 10 yards behind the ball. They're 8 yards behind the ball there as they'll come up to the ball now. 5:47 to go here from Western Brown High School. 49-25 in favor of Miami Trace. Robinette ready for the snap, takes it, pitches it out wide now. Baker going off that, or LeBeau rather, going off that right side. Stumbles a bit, but able to go down right around the 5-yard line. I believe that's going to mark him just short of the first down yardage. Is going to bring up third down and a short one.
Yeah, another third down for this offense. Did not convert on that first attempt in the series. Had to wait till fourth down to get that. LeBeau just lost the footing, though. Otherwise, he may have been in for another touchdown.
5 minutes to go here in this one. Robinette comes to the huddle with the play. Third down rather, and 1 at the 5-yard line. Only need a yard to get his fresh set of downs here, but Miami Trace, I'm sure, has more on their mind. Want to punch it into the end zone. Hand off to LeBeau, fights his way off that left side, bounces around, and they're going to mark him short of the goal line, down around the 1, and that's going to bring up first and goal with 4:38 to go here. And Asher LeBeau knocking on the door for his third or maybe fourth touchdown of the night.
And more importantly, just continuing to use that clock. Gets it down under 4.5 minutes now. Still have the ball with a first and goal.
So ball is spotted right on the 1-yard line after the tough run by Asher LeBeau. Well, we talked about it pregame. I think Miami Trace only has 6 seniors. But LeBeau has been a big factor here tonight. He's done a really good job taking care of the football. We saw him just break that big run, and, you know, he's a very talented player. They're going to hand it to Baker. Goes forward at the goal line. No signal yet, and he is in for the touchdown. So Julian Baker, the freshman running back, punches another one in, and that's going to extend Miami Trace's lead out a little farther here at Western Brown. Julian Baker having a big game.
Yeah, they've got an impressive duo in the backfield with a senior and a freshman. They both can carry the ball well at any time. It doesn't matter if they're on the goal line or in the middle of the field. They've got a great tandem.
Now, we were talking about a pregame. This Frontier Athletic Conference is loaded with talent. This Miami Trace team is much better, much improved than from last year. And again, Western Brown, a young team, still finding their footing, but the extra points on the way, and that one will be good. We'll just keep it here for this break before kickoff. But, man, you talk about London, Bell Fountain, who we saw a few years ago, Jackson, this team, Hillsborough is much improved. They have Greenfield McLean in there as well. That's a very tough conference, and anybody that comes out of that thing is going to have an advantage going through the playoffs. But the FAC putting out some good talent and some good young talent. You know, we've seen senior running backs, and Asher LeBeau is a senior, and last week Cade Wolford is a senior. But, man, can't say it enough how impressed I am with the freshman running back, Julian Baker. And he's going to be tough to deal with for the next 3.5 years for this Miami Trace team.
Definitely. He doesn't look like a freshman out there physically, just very capable and runs behind his pads, gets those pads forward and able to be physical, but he still shows a lot of speed too, gets through those initial tackles and just falls forward on every play.
Well, Isaiah Smith is back out there for the kickoff, so good news for him. Came over to the sideline and got some water, caught his breath a little bit, but he is back out there, so hopefully good sign, nothing serious for Mr. Smith as he's had a big night here again tonight, a lot of catches, and again, your homecoming king. Line drive kick, fielded about the 22-yard line. Powell coming back towards the Broncos sideline, not able to get there. He's wrapped up around the neck and slung down right about the 20-yard line. So Bronco offense will come back out probably for one final possession here with 3:26 to go here in the ballgame.
Not a lot of room for Powell there in the middle. The Panthers able to slice through that kick return team of the Broncos and bring Powell down pretty quickly. But, yeah, like you said, not much time left in the ballgame. We are in that running clock phase, and Broncos just looking to finish on that positive note as they enter league play next week against the Bulldogs of Batavia.
So they'll go empty set here with 3:02 to go in this one. Running clock again, as Rob just said. 3 receivers on his right, 2 on the left. Sutton, quick throw out to his right, and this one's intercepted. Jumped in front of the pass, and he's going to take it to the house. That's number 6, Cooper Enox. We've said his name a couple of times here in the second half, and he's able to take it all the way in after the pick 6, and that's going to extend the lead out even more. And the Miami Trace Panthers are pouring it on here at Western Brown.
Yeah, it's huge. Just jumped the route, was kind of ready for that one. The same slant route that they've run all night successfully, and Enox finally jumps in front of one of those and able to take it to the house.
So they'll have the extra point coming up here. Score right now 62-25. Miami Trace firing on all cylinders on both sides of the football here in this second half. And their defense has really stepped up here in the second half. We saw the Broncos kind of get some momentum going there for a little bit in the first half, but, man, they've really done a good job here in the second half, putting a lot of pressure on Sutton, and they come away with the pick 6 there as Enox takes it all the way in. Extra points on the way, end-over-end kick, and that one will be good. So we will take a short break, and we'll be right back here for the final of this one on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Who is Barry Chevrolet? Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer. Who is
Back here to La Rosa's Field at Kibler Stadium, 7 more from Miami Trace, 63-25. The Panthers lead this one. Powell comes up, picks that one off the ground, and this time not able to keep that knee off the ground. again, they've done a pretty nice job on those kickoffs of low line drives, and Powell's done a good job going down low and getting them, but that one couldn't keep the knee off the ground. So running clock will start here momentarily. Ball's just past the 20-yard line, and they're going to spot it on about the 22-yard line. And I would assume, barring another turnover, this will be the last possession here for Western Brown.
Yeah, I would assume so with the amount of time on the clock. Try to finish on a positive note. Eliminate those mistakes, and we got an empty set here.
5 wide, the Broncos go. Sutton in the backfield by himself, takes a snap, looking over towards his bench, wants to throw that way, has a man open. That's Jaden Parker, I believe, complete over on the outside. He'll fall down around the 31-yard line. Will be enough for a first down. We'll move the chains.
Had that clearing route by Isaiah Smith, and just kind of opened things up there on the edge for Parker.
So just over a minute to go now as Sutton takes a snap. Some subs running in late for the Panthers. He'll throw over the middle, has Smith complete, makes a man miss at the 45-yard line, tries to make another man miss, slips another tackle, still going midfield, still going on his feet, reverses field again, and Smith is all over the place. He may take this one to the house. He's got the edge, gets a block from Osborne around the 10-yard line, spins off the tackle at the 5 and goes in. What a play by Isaiah Smith. The game's out of reach, but my goodness, Isaiah Smith ran about 200 yards for that touchdown, went all the way to the Miami Trade sideline, reverse field, made 2 or 3 guys miss, came all the way back around the left, got a block from Osborne, spun off a tackle, and goes in. A big cap to his big senior performance here tonight.
Yeah, and really it just showed that speed, got out there on that right side and didn't see anything. Had to break a couple tackles to even get free from that. Came all the way reverse field, and Osborne waiting right there for him, almost in the perfect position to get that final block that he needed to spring him loose. Great play from the senior.
So they'll go for 2 here. Sutton takes a snap, quick throw, a little bit behind the intended receiver. Smith will fall incomplete, and that's going to bring us to the end. There's about 5 seconds to go here, so Western Brown will have to kick it off one more time. Well, 99.5 The Edge is your home for the Cincinnati Bengals. This season continues Sunday with Week 2 action. Join us here as Joe Burrow and the Bengals host the Baltimore Ravens. Coverage begins at 11:30 with the kick at 1. Bengals trying to bounce back after we'll call it an ugly Week 1 performance at Cleveland. Cleveland just seems to have their number for some reason, but Bengals will be right here on 99.5 The Edge this Sunday. Make sure to tune in for that. So that's going to bring us to the end here. Final score from this one is going to be 63 for Miami Trace to 31 for the Western Brown Broncos. So both teams are shaking hands here at midfield. Again, another tough night for Western Brown against a good FAC opponent. And Miami Trace, we saw him last year, and it was kind of the reverse. You know, Drew Novak threw a couple of touchdowns quick. Western Brown just got out, really never looked back. Kind of the same thing here for Miami Trace. I think you said it, Rob. They scored on every single offensive possession they had, and were just, really, really good. And I think maybe we saw there a few times in the second quarter they ran a couple of plays that went for negative yards, but other than that, did a really good job staying in front of the chains and in front of the sticks. Did have some penalties that hurt them at times, but a good performance from Miami Trace. And, again, the two-headed monster, Asher LeBeau and Julian Baker, have a big night here tonight and put a lot of yards in on the ground and multiple scores as well. But, again, this is a really good football team. I mean, this Miami Trace team came off a big win at Bethel last week and, probably came to town looking for a little revenge after a pretty big loss to the Broncos last year. And they get it 63-31, a good performance from them. But, again, Broncos are 1-4, not where you want to be. I'm sure, Coach Osborne is not thrilled about being 1-4. But, again, you see here, again, no moral victories in sports. But at the end of this game, they could easily have just gone out there and nailed it down a couple of times and said, well, it's over, whatever. And Isaiah Smith is fighting his butt off out there as a senior to run it all the way in for a touchdown. But, again, a really tough performance, a really tough game here as Miami Trace takes a big win, 63-31 over Western Brown. But conference play starts next week, so you kind of put all this behind you. And Broncos have taken their lumps here. They do have the one win against Hillsboro and played really, really well against a good Jackson team last week and gave themselves a chance to win that game. Had chances against Washington Courthouse. So, some things to build on here. But, again, this young football team, Coach Osborne has talked about it. it's just going to happen. There's going to be some times where a team comes to town and just kind of have your number that night, and they just weren't able to get a whole lot going defensively to stop them, and Miami Trace just kind of runs away with it late.
Yeah, you take your lumps when you have a lot of turnover on a team like this, 23 seniors, and replacing with a lot of sophomores. So not too many juniors, at least in the starters, or some rotating in there, and a pretty small senior class as well for the Broncos, but they're taking their lumps. We saw quite a few penalties as well for the Broncos again tonight, and turnovers, and those are things that you generally see with a younger team, and they're going to hurt you. With a younger team, you can't afford those big mistakes that kind of set you back at times, and you got to take advantage of the opportunities when they're given to you, and this is just wasn't the Broncos' night.
So again, Miami Trace comes away with a 63-31 victory over the Western Brown Broncos. We will take a short break, and we'll continue our post-game here on 99.5 The Edge. We'll be right back after this.
This is Barry Chevrolet. Why don't you ask your friends and neighbors? Because after 70 years and 4 generations in the automotive industry, odds are we've made a happy customer out of somebody you know. Hard-working, proud Americans drive Chevrolets, and that's why we sell them at Barry's. Hats off to everybody driving a Silverado truck. You're my kind of people. Barry Chevrolet, your best deal dealer.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
We could make a big, loud, expensive promo to talk about our high school sports coverage. Instead, we'll let our coverage speak for itself.
Plenty of time for a catch and release, and oh, he drains it!
Right side, he pulls up for the 3, he hits.
We're sitting on pins and needles, and it is good.
Cherry picking out a hit, she goes. With the tomahawk finish.
Goes up, two-hand monster dunk.
Your home for Shack Sports, C103, and Goodguysradiotv. That's the sound of your truck losing you money. Whether you're a major trucking operation or an independent owner, you're losing business. Let me give you some advice. Call Willie & Son Trucking. Their certified Caterpillar, Cummins, and Detroit experts can get your truck moving so you can get back to doing business. Call Willie & Son Trucking for an overhaul or glider kit rebuild at 937-763-9521. Keep your business rolling with Willie & Son Trucking.
Again here to Western Brown with our post-game coverage here from Little Roses Field at Kidler Stadium as the Western Brown Marching Band is playing a little post-game show for you. Didn't get a chance to play at halftime with the homecoming court and stuff, so they're putting on a little post-game show here, and always a great show from the Western Brown Marching Band. Always sound good, and I've had a couple different band directors over the last few years, but they do a great job with their band, and I know I think it was last year maybe they went to a big competition at like Colerain or something. I think they won the whole thing and got to go on to a state competition. So hopefully we'll get a chance this year to give them a shout out and read all the names. We did that once last year. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do that again before the season's over. We want to shift over to our player of the game. We're going to go with sophomore wide receiver number 17, Braden Harmon. We saw him there in the second half. He was able to they were able to complete some passes to him. And, you know, Coach Osborne has spoke very highly of Braden Harmon. He's a kid that I coached a few years ago in basketball, so I know what kind of pedigree he has, and he's a gritty kid, and he's all this experience he's getting out here as a sophomore. He has a chance to be really, really good these next couple of years and throughout the rest of this season as we enter conference play next week. But Braden Harmon has had a big impact already as a sophomore, and he's just going to get better and better and better the more reps he takes out there. So congratulations to sophomore wide receiver Braden Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon has really asserted himself. Got off to a slow start in that first game with Hillsboro, but has really settled into the season and getting those touches. And not only is he catching the ball, but he's getting yards after the catch, getting those first downs, and he's getting open. That's the big thing for a young receiver, just get open. And he's really found a way to do that. And I don't know if he does it on purpose, but really does a great job of kind of mimicking Isaiah Smith and having two guys like that, kind of lanky builds and able to take the top off of defense, get behind the secondary at any moment. Really opens up the field for you, and it allows you to run any route that you want without having a guy be double covered, because you take one guy away, you still got the guy on the other side.
So again, Braden Harmon, congratulations on our Paul Hall Insurance Player of the Game. And you know, we've talked with Coach Osborne about this. There's a big difference between a 15, 16-year-old and a 17, 18-year-old senior. I remember the first time I stepped on a basketball floor as a sophomore, or a baseball field as a sophomore, and thinking, you know, you kind of have that deer in the headlights feel to you for a minute when you realize, you know, maybe I do belong out here. And he's starting to figure that out. He's starting to see that he's able to compete out here with anybody. And again, a big performance from Braden Harmon again tonight. Another big performance from Isaiah Smith. We'll have some final stats coming up here in a minute, but man, Isaiah Smith, you know, again, Broncos not where they want to be record-wise, but he is so much fun to watch. He can make, Coach Osborne said, he can truly take any play to the house, and we saw that there on that last play of the game. Ran all over the field to get that thing in there after coming back from getting the wind knocked out of him there earlier. So, again, Isaiah Smith able to put in another big performance here tonight. But we shift our focus over to league play. We're going to flush all this non-conference play out. Not that it doesn't matter. It obviously matters in the seeding as you go throughout the season. But Broncos take a couple of tough ones. They're in some really tight battles. They get the win week 1. But I think Batavia coming to town next week, this Bronco team is going to be very battle-tested. And, you know, again, not on the side they want to be as far as their record. But they've got a lot to build on as they go into conference play. And there's some games coming up that they hope to really compete in, and still right there where they want to be. Basically 0-0 as we go into next week, going into conference play.
That's their next goal, is to win the conference, get that first conference win under the belt against the Bulldogs, and move on from there. Like you said, they've got a lot of experience in these first 5 games. Big-time opponents that they faced, a lot of them out of that FAC conference, and these are teams that are going to be in the playoffs and potentially teams that might make deep runs. So they might see them potentially down the road again, and they have that experience, they have that exposure, and these guys are growing. The young guys are going to be, we used to hear this a lot, but the sophomores that start the season as sophomores, as you get into weeks 8, 9, 10 in the season, now you're considered juniors, and you guys are becoming those kind of leaders on the field, and that's what Coach Osborne is going to expect from this team as they continue to move throughout this season and interleague play and try to make a name for themselves throughout the rest of this season.
Well, as much as we've talked to Coach Osborne, we know how competitive he is. He takes these personally. He doesn't like to lose, as no coach has ever liked to lose in sports history, I wouldn't think. But their staff is going to work very hard to make corrections they need to make, and by no means are they where they want to be. But also, again, a lot to learn from these games. These are some really good football teams. London is going to be a tough out for anybody going through the state tournament, as well as Miami Trace and Jackson are perennial powerhouses these last few years, and they're going to be able to learn from these losses that they've taken early in the season and hopefully translate that into some conference wins as we move through the second half of the season.
Definitely, and looking to get off to a good start next week against Batavia and get the conference started off 1-0. Obviously, like Greg said, kind of mentioned that, start your season over again. You got 5 conference games. You got your chance at getting a conference title. So if they can get ahead and get up 1-0, get in that American Division race, we'll see what happens as the season progresses. But Coach Osborne's talked about it. He thinks his team is going to be extremely dangerous with the experience they've gained come playoff time.
Well, we're going to tie a ribbon on this one here. Again, Miami Trace wins at 63-31 over Western Brown here on homecoming. Rob, one final thing. Bengals lose big week 1. Joe Burrow gets the big contract. All kinds of shade out there on him now. He wasn't worth it. He's overrated. You think Joe Burrow bounces back and the Bengals play well not tomorrow, Sunday at Paul Brown Stadium anymore, Paycor Stadium. What do you think the Bengals' prediction for this week is?
Yeah, it's still weird calling it Paycor. Growing up, it's always Paul Brown Stadium. But, yeah, the Bengals are a bounce-back team, and they're going to have a real bitter taste in their mouth after last week. Obviously, terrible weather. Browns were able to play through it and get the victory there. Big win for them. Go 1-0 in the North. But Bengals, I think they're going to bounce back and have that bitter taste, try to get that out of their mouth.
All right, so again, one last time, final score here from Western Brown, 63-31 in favor of Miami Trace. We want to thank everybody for tuning in on 99.5 The Edge and Goodguysradiotv.com. We'll be right back here next Friday night at Western Brown again for the third game of this homestand, our first conference matchup against the Batavia Bulldogs as they come to town. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, my name is Greg Liming. I'm here with Rob Bowman, Traven Hildebrand back in the studio for us, and Maggie Dean on the camera. Thanks for everything they do. We'll catch you next Friday right here at Western Brown High School.